What is poppin', everyone? I hope you are doing well this evening. Leo Contreras, I'm ready. What's a good substrate for a Planet 45 bow front? Man, you're like right on it. It's up to you. I've been using Tropic. I've used Fluval Stratum. I've used a mixture of Carib Sea sand and Tropic. So I like a mixture, but it's up to you. Mason's World 6000. My man, crushing it. Some good stuff coming from Mason. I got a feeling he's going to have a really cool YouTube channel as he continues to get older. When can I come meet you and get your merch? I'll give you some, buddy. What's better in your opinion, Tropic or Fluval? It's really whatever you can get readily available. That would probably be the best in my opinion. Tropical Gems, a new store in Canada, I believe. Getting ready to do some big things. So today's premise of the video is the Zebra Pleco Tank 7 days later. So if you didn't see that video, Sunday I posted a video of Wendy and I commentating on us setting up the aquarium. Something different that literally I've never done before. And it turned out really funny if you watch it the whole way through. It's 13 minutes. If you've got time, great. If not, I understand. There is a lot of fun stuff, especially because it's raw. I don't ever write scripts. I go straight from the hip and I just go with it. So there are some things that I'm going to go over with that tank, and I'll try to turn the computer around and show you. And you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. John Edwards, a dad with a baby of all babies, like almost 10 pounds. So congratulations, John Edwards. Being a dad, it is a learning process the whole way through, but it is a very rewarding process. Aquarium Treasures. Hi, Jay from Florida. So before I get into all the nitty gritties and stuff, I do want to say that anybody that is potentially in a zone for the hurricane and tropical storm, just please be as safe as possible. And I hope that you fare very well in this situation and that you are planning ahead based off of what folks are saying. It is better to be prepared and nothing happen than something happen and not be prepared. So definitely err on the side of caution. Darlene's Tanks. What's up, Jay? Love the new Zebra tank setup. Well, I greatly appreciate that, Joe. And before I jump into it, memberships are live. I'm going to say it one time throughout this video. You've got memberships. There's super chat. It's up to you. Memberships are $5 a month. You get some private stuff. As a matter of fact, after this video, I will be posting a short video on the membership only side, which is, it's kind of neat. And you're going to see something that nobody outside of that side will know. And we'll be posting some photos and things through it. So you're still going to get the same great content here. You're still going to get the content on Instagram, but there's just going to be some exclusivity and one live video a month there privately. That is not like this. That is very, very raw. So Color Guppies, thank you so much for taking the time to stop by. Jay, you are awesome. You're the best YouTuber ever. I appreciate that, Mason's World 6000. So after all that is said and done, it's awesome that you folks are here. I greatly appreciate it. I am drinking wrong. I am drinking Buffalo Trace and Dr. Pepper cream soda, which is very tasty, by the way. So first off, I want to talk about the specifications of the former Zebra Pleco tank to what is today. So the former one was just shy of 24 inches, 8 high, and like 8 3/4 deep. And it was okay for the two. I am in discussions with some folks to get more zebra plecos here. And ultimately, if that can happen, great. If not, then I will just continue to work towards that by providing them with the biggest possible home. Keep in mind, when you have zebra plecos, I'm not an expert on this at all. I've done some research. I listen to folks. I listen to the critiques. I listen to the hate. And what I've noticed is they love flow. And if you think you got enough flow, you need more. And so I'll explain that part after I discuss the tank now is 36 12 by 12. And so we went from what, 9 gallons to 22 gallons. So very, very awesome. And I'm very, very excited. So Candy, thank you so much for what you do, man. Candy is everywhere all of the time. I don't know, as far as zebra plecos go, they don't really care for wood, but I've noticed that one of them, I have two, loves the wood piece. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I apologize, but I'll try to, let me see if I can swing this computer around to discuss it. I should have prepared this, but it's hard when you do stuff live from the computer and you didn't think it through. Okay, so you're gonna have to deal with this view for a moment, but you can see what I'm talking about. The wood. So the wood was an old piece of wood and we put it back in. I've got a rock on top holding it down. What I did realize is I did not have enough substrate, and that's okay because I didn't have enough river stone and I need to get more black river stone. So that's the next step. I believe I've got enough substrate in there. I've got one Pleco cave and I will be adding another. And I've got my lights coming from the super fancy Luma light by Reef Bright, which I am very excited about. So that is it in a nutshell. I then added a canister filter, went from a small hang on the back to a canister filter. The canister filter put out a lot of flow for, let's say, if I planted that tank or if I was just putting in, shell dwellers, would have been perfectly fine. But I needed way high flow, super clean water. And I added a power head that was in the last one that was about 500 gallons per hour. Wasn't enough. I actually may add that again based on some videos I watched today. But what I did add was this hot rod. I don't know, does it zoom at how much gallons per hour? I went to 1320 US gallons per hour. So it's pushing some serious flow, and I don't know if it's enough. So I need to get some more rock in there. The top is the agitation, the surface gas exchange is really good. I'm just hoping that that flow providing them enough to feel super comfortable. We blacked out the back with the vinyl, and I like the vinyl, but when I do this tank, which I'm going to get to next, I will have to be very careful of the bubbles because they're visible, but only when you get close, and that will bother me. Not that I'm a obsessive compulsive, but when you're doing something, you want it to be exactly the way you wanted it, and it is, but when I get close, I ultimately see that. So 7 days later, what do I think? I need way more riverstone and I need more Pleco caves. I'll probably get them from plecocaves.com. And that's not a plug by the way. It's just a place where I would get them because I've purchased things from them before. It shows. Riverstone, I have no idea. I like black riverstone, big pieces, so I'll go look for it. And I won't add any more wood, but I've seen the zebra plecos more being in the bigger tank with higher flow. So 7 days later, I'm super comfortable with the way it turned out. Both are still thriving. I don't ever see them eat. I add a very high protein rich diet with krill flake and some Bug Pro from Northfin USA, and we'll see how it goes. So that's the zebra plecos. I'm hoping that I can snag these 5 that somebody has for a dang good price here in September. I think they said if they weren't breeding by September that we would try it out here. So that could be fun. Now, let's get some questions going, and then we can rock and roll from there. Radical Reefs has just joined, which I've got a saltwater tank that is empty. I have the small desktop one that we're working towards filling that water box. And I'm just waiting for the eShop stuff when it gets here. Carib C's already gone nuts and sent me some amazing stuff. So if you're in the market for a substrate or rock for your saltwater tank or anything for a freshwater tank, check out Carib C, man. They do such a great job, and they're wonderful people there. So fish are picked out. Should I discuss it? Should I discuss what we're going to do in terms of fish here now? Like, it's set in stone. Like, they're locked and loaded. I've got a very small window to get this sucker up. The next step for this is the vinyl. Do you see the rock? Woo, right here. So we got real and fake rock. Actually, let me pull a piece out. Fake rock. Okay, it's going in. I've got some other cool stuff. Now, this is from universalrocks.com. You know that. It's never going to change. I will never get a background from anyone else. It's Universal Rocks. So this is rock that was in that other Tanganyika tank. This is rock, salty, that I love. I don't know what it's called. I honestly don't even know if it's natural, but I got a lot of it. There was an area where I was leaving the salt flats, and I got some. But I got a lot of it, and I'm rinsing it and soaking it because it is very salty. But overall, I love the way it meshes together, where when sand goes in, this is dang close when it's wet. So I'm very, very excited for this rock. So the idea for this tank is I'm not going to be doing a full background. So do you see this piece right here? I'm thinking of doing something like this. Right? Pretty cool. Let's see if it fits this way. No, it doesn't. So the idea would be it would jam this, and I would probably shift that over that way because of that hump right there. And then I would have two feature rocks that I'm going to call them similar to that, glued to the back. It's all black in the background. Maybe I'll add something in between, and then we'll add these rocks all around with the real rocks, creating like this, starting from here, this high pitch area that just comes out and they can free swim. I don't know. What do you think? Hit the heart button. Can you hit a heart button here? That big rock is pretty square. It is, but the idea is you're never going to know that it is square, right? Because there's going to be sand all on it with busted up shells and rock. We're going to try to create a very natural looking environment that you may mistake for Tanganyika. The dart and I are going to go in. There is currently 10 or 11. They'll school very nicely. I'll have the catfish that I've had the longest. I mean, if you go back to the first video, the catfish are in it. The first ever video on this channel, those monsters are there, but they're like that big. And now they look like sharks, like nurse sharks. They're huge. So I'll get them in there. Are you ready? 40 tank raised Morago, Tanzania Tropheus. My goodness, 40. They're going to be little guys. And the idea is, if you don't know, here's kind of like a little, it's not a lesson, but when you think about Tropheus, And I'll pull up a picture of what they look like. But when you think of Tropheus, everybody goes to, well, we can only keep Tropheus together, which is true. You don't want to mix species of Tropheus. I'm not about that. But I'm going to attempt something in that other tank as I did before in a larger scale. So 40 Moragos, Tanzania, and then I've got my Dardanii or Dardinii. I'm not very good with these names. The catfish. And I may do gobies, maybe 2 gobies. I don't know if I want to do that, but probably this tank because it's bigger. I'll get that whole vision to me is just in and out of the rockwork, perched up on rockwork, free open swimmers. The thought with Tropheus is the more you cram in, the better it is for you. And that is true. However, what I like to do and what I've found the most success in is the larger group you get in the beginning, you get them very young. And as they grow and establish their hierarchy, their dominance, it's a colony that forms. Yes, you are going to lose some, not necessarily by your choice, but by the choice of the hierarchy. And that in turn is going to cause you to have the most, I want to say powerful, but strong colony for potential of maximum color, activity, potential breeding, and now you have your breeding project. For me, it's just more of that natural living that I enjoy and I can't wait to see. So I'm very excited to see how that unfolds. The other thought is that other tank is going to be a mixed Tanganyikan tank. Now, I haven't seen it done many times, but I'm going to do it on a smaller scale. So we'll see how it works out. But I am going to be getting Kasanga Red Rainbow for that tank, and I believe 20. So Morago, Tanzania, Tropheus, they're just cool fish. Let's see how they look when we get to boom. What do you think? What do you think? So that's it for those. So the Zebra Pleco tank is jamming. This tank is coming along. I have to wait for filtration. So the idea, everybody's like, get it wet, get it wet. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to have water flowing already, but I don't have filtration. And of course, I'm going to be utilizing canisters, and I'm just waiting for them to be available. Those will be available at the end of the month. I'll have them. This will be ready. I'll have the rocks. I'll be able to glue everything in. And then the fish come second week of September, I believe. Ruben Rivera, what's up, brother? Now, I did find out today that the timetable for the paludarium that's going to go here is probably around the 1st to 2nd week of October. Which is good because it gives me time to do this, breathe, get that up, breathe, and then hopefully get that saltwater tank up. And then we will see what happens after that. But I don't know. I had an idea. Maybe I should share it with you. I don't know if I should share it with you. Should I share it with you? I'll do this. Like and share this video. And at about the 25-minute mark, if somebody wants to remind me, I'll explain what I don't know what I want to do. And we'll see what folks think. I don't know if it's a pipe dream, but this is the way my mind works. I love the ability to pivot and move. I love the ability to change things up, right? And I love that. But I also love setting things up. Like, ideal world, I would just set up tons of aquariums every day, love it, have fun with it, and then give them away. If I was loaded, if I won the lottery, like mega millions, that's probably what I would do, honestly, because it's fun and I wouldn't charge anything because it's that much fun for me. So the Congo tank, it's crazy. It's crazy what's happening. And I'm going to post that later on the members only side, but very excited about that tank. I get excited to do this. but then I have to watch things mature. I posted a photo on Instagram of the Dardani in the 36. What happens? Well, what happens is everybody goes, "Oh, you gotta put plants in there, bro. Then it's gonna be the best tank I've ever seen." Okay, well, I can't put plants in there because if I do, they get eaten and it's a waste of money. So what I've been testing is moving. Well, it's not even testing. I'm moving frog bit from a tank over to regrow frog bit. So I'm basically supplying them with vegetation that's fresh. It almost looks like spaghetti from a smaller tank. I have talked about putting that frog bit in like a black tote, like a little cheapo tote outside. That's it. That's it. Just outside. I'll throw some food in there. Bugs will get in there. I'll maybe put, a shark canister, internal canister filter from CICHLIDS in there and see what happens. But I can't put plants in there. That's just the way it's got to look. Now, if I can grow algae, it would be pretty sweet, which I'm running 2 AI primes, which will come off soon. But if I can grow algae on rocks, then yeah, it's ideal. But the way they eat is insane. It is absolutely insane. And outside of the member stuff that I'm going to post in the Congo, I'll post tomorrow. You'll see some feeding. Like I'll just feed. And I fed today and I'll feed again and you'll see how aggressive they are. Jay, I put some duckweed in my water boxes, my clear 6, and man, it grows like crazy. That duckweed will grow everywhere, man. You'll have duckweed in your sink if you don't pay attention. You are better than the tanked guys. I want to say better, 6-pack. I'm different. One of my dreams is to be a voiceover actor for like cartoons. Always is, always will be. But to have a show with aquariums would be really neat. But I don't build aquariums. Tank builds, well, they did. I haven't watched the show in a long time. And I'm trying to use the right words. Tank builds non-practical aquariums. Best way I could put it. Are they pretty? Oh, yeah. Are they cool? Yes. Are they practical? Absolutely not. Are they a showpiece? Yeah. If you're going to keep it for a little bit and get rid of them. Are you going to be able to keep fish in most of these tanks? No. And most places that I've ever gone that have had a tank from them have had it replaced because it's not practical. If you own a music shop and they do a drum set, it's great. But where else is that practical? 0 places. It's a shocking awe factor. That's it. Ruben said he wanted to hear a voice. What kind of voice? Give me a character, a cartoon character, and we can go with it. Have battled. So Joe Leone said, I've been battled, throwing money away, putting live plants in my tank. Any good ideas on realistic looking fake plants to add green to my setup? What kind of fish, Joe? What is the idea of your tank with plants, right? That's kind of where I need to go because haps never, ever. They'll just go, bah, 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 bah. It is like a battlefield. I'm trying to think of a place. So Hobby Lobby, which some of you may not like, some of you may like, some of you may not have them in your area, but Hobby Lobby has some really cool fake plants. Universal Rocks has some cool fake plants. Yeah, they do. They do. EliteCichlids.com has quality fake good plants. Didn't know that. So sweet. So yeah, there's ways to get around it. So Six-Pack said that that's what he was getting at when he said that this is better than tanked because I make sense of it all. And that's where, and I appreciate that. And that's where we differentiate. Not that I would ever compare myself to them because there's no point. There's not another YouTuber like me, not in the sense that I'm better than them. There's just no other YouTuber like me, right? There's no other YouTuber like anybody that has a YouTube channel that does aquariums. There's no other one like them, right? We can emulate similarities, but at the end of the day, we all have our own trade, our own mark. And that's what makes this awesome. It literally is your own artwork, regardless of what people think. If you like it, who gives a crap what anybody else thinks, right? If you put together an aquarium and you step back and you go, man, that is sweet looking. And then somebody else comes along and goes, nah, I don't think that that's as sweet as, what I would do, right? Okay, but it's mine. So get the step in, right? That's what's great. It's the same. I'm trying to think of besides artwork, what it would be, because I don't know what the other analogy would be. And I've been getting pretty good with analogies. So 2 favors real quick. It's 25 minutes, right? I was supposed to do something. Does anybody remember? Go like CICHLIDS US on Instagram, CICHLIDS on Facebook. So find CICHLIDS, like them. And then follow Mason's World 6000. I really just want to change the dynamic for this kid. He's not in the aquarium hobby. He's learning. He's amazing, right? He's amazing. And I'm doing my best to help him find out what he wants to do for YouTube. So go check him out. It's Mason's World 6000 is his channel, and that'd be great. Hey pal, Wendy says hi. Were you just on the phone with her? I can hear her over there. Hobby Lobby plastic plants are great. No, they truly are. And all you have to do is silicone them to a rock, or super glue them to a rock, because you won't see the super glue once it's buried in sand. Let's see. Somebody said, tell us. It's a pipe dream. Should we tell them? Candy, should we tell them the pipe dream, or should we wait a little bit more? Should we just edge them along? What do you guys got cooking? What's the new project? What's the new fun thing to do right now for you? We're in this weird, I'm just going to say it. This is a dumb time in life. Dumb. And what I mean by dumb is we can't make sense of it, right? We got certain things going this way, certain things going that way, this way, that way. But we got to do us, ourselves, right? We got to look in the mirror and say, this is what we got to do. Starting a 45 bow front that I got for free, and just have to replace the brace on it. That's awesome. Really cool stuff. Okay, let's see. Someone saw my aquarium and said it reminded them of me. So I agree. If you're happy with your setup, great. It's your setup, part of you. Others don't like it. Oh, well. That's exactly the truth. If you buy a car, right? Any car, whatever it is. If you get red, there's always going to be somebody that goes, yeah, shit, I got gray. My favorite color is white. Why didn't you get the white one? I don't know, man. Why didn't you get the black truck? The black truck looked pretty sweet. Well, I would have got the blue truck, right? Everybody is going to have an opinion. That's cool. Have your opinion. Opinions today are a dime a dozen. Everybody wants to give them, but nobody gives two flippin' chirp if they're going to receive them. It's the same thing with an aquarium. If I see an aquarium, kudos to you for setting it up. Kudos to you for taking the time to maintain it. Do you like it? Do you? Do you like it? Yeah, I like it. Well, great. So do I. That's it. It's got water. You're taking care of the animals inside. We're good. You're doing the right steps. You're not, doing some crappy things. Great. And crappy things, I mean by mixing a bunch of different stuff that shouldn't belong. You're breeding hybrids, and I'm just not into that. That's it. Hit the like button. Jay will reveal the idea. So let's hit the like button. I don't even know if this number is correct. And I typically don't look at the numbers, but let's see. Candy, what's the like number? What do we want to get to? I won't even make it about me. What should we do, Candy? What should we do? So let me get back onto it. We're in a dumb time in life, right? Because we can't make sense of it. So the idea is we can continue to allow ourselves to go, oh, this is another day, COVID, oh. Right? We can do that. Or we can just actually do what it is we wanted to do and just take precautions or abide by the specific things that your state, your county, your local, your country have given. Follow those rules and go do what you want to do. I'm not leaving my house. This is ridiculous. I'm just having a tough time right now because there's a lot of stuff going on. So just open my door and there's going to be some issues. There's always going to be issues, right? Go do you. Go do what it is you want to do. You want to go to a local fish store, put your mask on if it's open and go to the local fish store. If they don't require a mask, keep your distance. Whatever it is that you need to do to feel comfortable, go do it. Don't allow something to confine you. Because there really is no confining, right? There really isn't. Well, I can't cross state lines. Well, I was just on the phone with somebody from Rhode Island, which is the smallest state. And yes, there is confinements when you move in and out of certain states. But there are 50 states and some territories in the United States. And if you live in any one of them, you can cruise places that you've never been to before. Make this about what you want to do. If you haven't seen your capital in your state, go drive to it. Go check it out. Things aren't barren completely. They're not. They're not. Go have fun. Enjoy yourself. Don't allow a negativity to multiply to an amount that doesn't make any sense in your brain that causes you to think a different way. And I'll give you another example in a moment because I want to make sure that I read this. Just found out I have a 20 tall. You don't even know you have an aquarium. That's awesome. I love it. 22 likes, 45 watching. So Candy, there's some likes going on. What should we do? I just tuned in. Your fish are hiding. Yes, they are. They're see-through guppies. So Radical Reef store setup never ending. Dude's got a physical store happening. Look at this guy. Let's get to 30 likes. All right, when we get to 30 likes, Candy, I'll talk about what it is I'm working to set up. Tropical Gems, you have a wonderful evening. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. So this weekend, this is not a part of the 30 like thing, but this weekend I plan to go to Tulsa, little Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm going to check out a toy store. A collectible store, a comic store, because I'm after specific Ninja Turtles. We'll see. So what we're going to do, Wendy and I are going to go head up there and check out some really cool stuff. And if there's some aquarium shops that we can pop into, great. If not, no big deal. We're going to check out some retro collectible stuff. There are collectibles, not adult toys. And then we're going to just go see the city. She's never really seen it. And we can go check it out. I was actually surprised you haven't put some TMNT in any of your tanks. That would be pretty cool and your own. But it's not me. I wouldn't do that. What would be cool is what's behind me above a tank. It's a metal Ninja Turtles logo. And yes, I do like Ninja Turtles. Currently I'm collecting anything from Funko, Loyal Subjects, Kid Robot, original stuff. I collect Deadpool figures. I collect Deadpool paraphernalia and Ghostbusters. I need to get some more Gumby stuff. I'm only collecting things that tie me back to my childhood, and I'm on the hunt for Street Sharks. My buddy had the first edition TMNT RPG book. I've got all the original video games, actually. Do you have a favorite turtle? Michelangelo was mine. Leonardo, for obvious reasons. But I like the dynamic. Really, the show was cool and how they did it and how they morphed it along. Like, every generation has their own turtles. And I don't collect a lot of the newer stuff, but Liam loves it. I'll collect all the way up to about 2002. But yeah, well, middle-aged Yoda. We have been collecting stuff from the show Mandalorian. I'm not a Star Wars fan, but the Mandalorian show was, just awesome. And I really liked the child, which is Baby Yoda, as everybody else knows it. So I've got some Mandalorian stuff we just picked up. But yeah, it's fun. It's just fun, right? I don't gamble. I don't do anything that is that's my worst thing, I think. Well, Wendy can tell you if it's my worst thing. Nearest Tulsa, the Oklahoma Aquarium is pretty great. Yes, it's in Jenks. We just went a couple weekends ago. We took my son. Wendy and I went up there with him, and he loved it. It was great. So awesome place to visit. All right, we're doing it. Here's the pipe dream, okay? Pipe dream. I want to do a mixed hap and peacock tank again like I used to do. Really colorful, crazy. I have to do it for myself, not anybody else. It's gotta be for me. Just me. And I want to do that again because I remember that time when I was doing those tanks and how just colorful and fun they were, and I want to do it again. So I've been working with Wendy to try to figure out how to do that. And if I can get back to it, great. It's got to be a 6-foot tank and it's got to fit, right? I don't know if so I'm working on that pond project, and maybe that could be it for temporary time being until I can move into the next house when we build, and then bingo, right? I don't know, but that is what's in my mind. So I've got this will be done here probably less than a month. I've got the paludarium that'll hit October. I'll have most of that done after about a month and a half. And then the saltwater tank, which doesn't play a role in this mindset in terms of setting up because it's a project Wendy is more fixated on. I'll be more of the drilling type thing. And then if that pond happens, or if it doesn't, maybe I could just get a used tank, 6-foot tank, and put it on the patio. What? And get those crazy stuff. Andrew with the holla tag. So Andrew, a member, rocking the holla logo. I appreciate it, Andrew, for being a member. Wendy said, yay, moving more fish tanks. The foot will be fixed, babe. The foot will be fixed. Actually, you know what's funny is I keep seeing Mando run around. This dude has caught 2 birds, both midair, and is trying for a rabbit and has gotten I forgot what kind of mouse it was, but a mouse. The dude's ridiculous. Radical Reefs is not going to help move those tanks because turns out he's busy and he doesn't even know what time it is or when it's going to be. So I want to bring back the colorful haps and peacocks. I really do. I saw a video, I posted it on CICHLIDS, and I'm like, man, I need to do that again. Just for me, because that's it. I love Tanganyika. I've morphed into that. But that hats and peacock, colorful, crazy, pink and purples and blues and yellows has to happen. Has to. I think Wendy might be standing outside these doors like ready to chop me. But it has to happen. Yes. Andrew, again, thank you for becoming a member. This is something that I was very hesitant to do, but it's turned into something really exciting because it's like, ooh, guys, it's almost like secrets. Only members only. Look at the members only. And they get these cool exclusive things. So that's great. Did someone say haps and peacocks? KG Tropicals in the house. John and Lisa. Fish keeping forever. Or that's not what it is. It's keepfishkeeping.com. You should probably check it out. I'm not going to say that it's cool, but I'm going to say if you don't check it out, you'd be a whole lot cooler if you did. So definitely cool stuff. KG Tropicals, I greatly appreciate it. And I did say haps and peacocks. I don't know. I honestly don't know when, but I do. That's what I want to do. So in my head, I have everything mapped out. That is the next big map, right? In my head, that is the next big map out project. Jay, what filter should I get for the 45? HOB or internal? I would get, you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, get yourself a CICHLIDS, right? There's the 200 series. I would probably go a little bit bigger than that. So the 300 series or the 500 series would be great for what you got going on. But that's what I would do for a 45. I don't like hang on the backs per se. If I ever got an opportunity to develop a hang on the back filter, there are some things that I would potentially add to it, right? The best hang on the back filter I've ever used to date for me has been the Chem Title. Outside of that, if I had the ability to develop it, that's the one I would use. But if that ever comes true, great. If it doesn't, then whatever. Radical Reefs is a member. Thank you very much, dude. I greatly appreciate it. But you need to, if you're in the area, once he opens, it's in Ohio, go check him out. Have some peacocks and some Synodontis. Just have some peacocks. Like literally. Just Skittles in the tank. Just all over the place. Which CICHLIDS? I already gave it to you. Wendy Tam said road trip. That's a pretty long road trip. If you're agreeing to drive, then yeah. I know someone that sells the Title series. Okay, John, who? Somebody just messaged me. I've been working on this project with somebody trying to figure out somebody who's overfeeding and we're checking nitrates. He's doing a really cool test. He's doing 3 tanks. One is controlled. But there is a lot of variances. Regardless of what he's doing, he has to realize there's a lot of variances. But cutting back food does a lot. Jay, so which CICHLIDS does John at KG carry it? I don't know, John. KG Tropicals? Do you carry the CICHLIDS 300 or 500 series? I don't know. I don't think he does. But it would be great if he did. But that's the thing. You got to understand. When you're supporting somebody that sells something, they can't bring everything that you want in, right? Because you're one. And if that business catered to one, they are none. They will never be a business again. So the idea, John carries a lot of great products. I actually talk to John very often, and we have a lot of great conversations. And I'm going to be honest. You know what, John, I'm going to ask you straight up right now. You're here. Could I not go into detail, but I would like to talk a little bit about history between you and I. Is that okay? To talk about where it is and what's happening now. Because I think it's actually a very, very good story for anything. And it's true, 100% factual. And I think it gives kind of an idea of folks with varying opinions and different ideas that can come back together and help each other. Okay, so he gave me the green light. John and I worked together a long time ago. I bought fish from John. I don't even remember what year. In the beginning. We had a little, I wouldn't even call it an issue, right? It was, I would believe it would be a misunderstanding, right? And then there were some things John did or said that I didn't agree with. And I never said anything. He never said anything with me. He disagreed with some things I did. That was it, right? We both went on our separate paths. But in the middle, it was like stuff was fabricated in the middle, not by him or I, but that ultimately we never even talked. We never said anything to each other. It was a couple years ago, well, a few years ago, actually. I was at the big fish deal and so was he. We did a video together. We talked. We were like, what the heck, right? So we were normal human beings discussing stuff, having a good conversation. And John and I remained in contact from there. One of the things that I always wish for anyone is good fortune, well-being, if you're successful in what you do when you're ethical about it. So fast forward, John and I are communicating. I work for CICHLIDS. I'm the national sales manager. John is flourishing like no other on YouTube. And he decides to open another business online. Now, at first, I talked to John and I was like, "Ooh, baby, that's," and I kept my mouth shut about it. I said, "Well, man, okay, here he goes. He's doing it again." But this time he's doing it, I don't even want to say the right way. He's doing it John and Lisa's way. That's the best way. So KeepFishKeeping.com has this really cool vibe to it because it's John doing what it is he loves to do, which is what I love to do. And Lisa is very much a part of it, which she wasn't in the past, publicly. And he is selling products that he believes in. And I say this because when he approached CICHLIDS, he said, "Hey, look, I don't want to sell anything that I don't know about. I don't want to sell anything that I don't believe in." Now, that could be said for a lot of folks, but for me to know that John is receiving product, purchasing product, testing it himself, and then saying, "This passes," the John and Lisa, the KG Tropicals, the KeepFishKeeping.com threshold, we're going to sell it. And I applaud that a lot. Am I saying that you should buy from him? I can't tell you that. What I am saying is check it out. If you're not subscribed to him, which I'm sure you are, check it out. Because he's right. And he's real about his stuff. And I watch, he'll tell me, we talked for a while, like almost every day. And it's cool because I get to help him from my perspective. He's taking it and giving me something from his perspective. I'm taking it and learning and applying it. It's like the full cycle, right? This is a full circle thing. And I tip my hat to him. And I wish him and Lisa very much fantastic success with what they're doing. And I'm sure they're going to be very successful. So what I'm driving at is he can't carry everything. I've been pushing him to carry the canister filter, but there are other things that do go into it, right? There are other things that they're hard, right? They're bigger. They cost more to ship. Does it work for them right now? Maybe they don't carry it right now. Maybe they carry it in 3 months, 4 months. I don't know. I'm not his business. I'm not him. I don't know all of that. But what I know is John will carry something if it makes sense. A business cannot sell something that loses money time after time. And the product won't lose money. The shipping might, right? So as John builds himself back up, the business builds, Lisa's building, they're all doing it together. I truly believe they will. But if you still can't find it from your favorite website you go to, there are a list that I do have that do carry the canister filter. But what I can say is it is a very popular product right now. Very popular. That was a lot. But yes, John and I had troubles. We were rocky road, baby. And now, smooth sailing. It's actually, to me, I think it built a better relationship between him and I. So that's a lot in one video. A lot. Wendy is not going to get any more rock flower anemones. We may donate them or trade them in. Let's see. Jay. Okay, we're already fixing that. I remember an old video with John bagging them up for Jay. Yes. That was pretty cool. I know more than I did then. He knows more than he did then. And at the end of the day, I don't want to say we were both wrong. I just want to say that we were both us. And fabrication caused a lot of differentiation, and neither of us went to each other. So moral of the story, if you hear something, go to the horse's mouth and see if it's true. And I mean, that's what I should have did. That's what he should have did. And we didn't, but it all fixed itself later. And that's okay with me. That's very okay. Maybe it was supposed to happen that way. Maybe like that was it. That was supposed to happen that way. And him and I can work together like we are now. Anemones, aka basically animosity. Yes, they are. Anemones are animosity. Great job, Wendy. You should make a post about that. Somebody asked a question and I'm overlooking it, and I feel bad. It talked about haps and peacocks. I apologize. I can't find it. More peacocks than haps, or more haps than peacocks. That's what it was. I don't know. I think that would have to play itself out. But somebody said, what is your favorite hap and what is your favorite peacock? So I have two favorite haps, and they are the Nigroventor and the, I guess, yellow blaze lithobates. Two favorite. As far as peacock, it is a hybrid. It's an OB, but it's got to have pink and purple. I don't know if you guys remember my intro videos from a long time. They had like Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer in them, and Boss Man was his name. I actually named him that because he ran that tank. He was the fish. I love that fish. So that's a lot. 7 days of having the Zebra Pleco tank, I realized the more flow you pump into this bad boy, the more you may see those Zebra Plecos. It could be specific to what I'm seeing, but I am seeing it. Cardinal Tetras or Black Mollies for my main fish in a 20-gallon. Cardinal Tetras as your main fish. Hands down. Awesome. Thank you, John. KG Tropicals will order one. And P.S. my favorite hat is the Autopharynx Tetrastigma. It's a pretty fish. It is, the tetrastigma is a pretty fish. I actually have a post on that I took of my own tetrastigma. Very, very pretty fish. So, yeah, Zebra Pleco tank, amazing. What does bother me, though, is the person I'm in contact with for more Zebra Plecos actually told me that there is a 48 by 12 by 12. There's a 36 by 12 by 12, and it's going to be that for a while. We already know what we're doing in here. 40 Morago Tanzania, the Dardanelle, the catfish, some gobies, universal rocks, black vinyl background, and we'll see how it plays out. We also got some Kasanga Red Rainbow Tropheus going in that 36, along with some really cool community-style Tanganyikan fish. The Paludarium won't be here till, we'll say, mid-April. And then what? Saltwater tank somewhere in the middle. Happy Peacock tank. If anybody knows any leads on a solid 6-foot tank, that looks good. It can't be ugly, but it's got to have the ability to have glass lids because it either has to go out back or on the patio. So steel stand would be ideal. If not, on the patio with the ability to have lids because birds will go crazy. And it has to go outside right now. But I'm really cool about that. Have you ever thought about doing discus? Billy Parker. I appreciate that. Absolutely not. Do I think they're a cool fish? Yes. Are they a cichlid? Double yes. Do they remind me of colorful dinner plates that are absolutely boring as all get out? 10 times to the yes. So unfortunately, I can't say never, but I will probably not keep discus. Let's see. Okay. Koi pond? No. If I'm going to do a pond, I've already said this. Wendy's like, when we go build a house, what should, and this is not the way Wendy sounds, but when we go build a house, like, let's get a pool. I don't want a pool. I don't ever want a pool. Never. And I say never because I will never build a pool. If the house comes with one and it's a great thing, okay. I want a recreational pond, and I would not put koi in there. I would put cichlids in there, and I would swim with them, and I don't care if they bite me. Because it'd be cool. My new favorite hap is the Phosochromis rostratus. That's a beautiful fish, especially when they display their natural just behavior. It's just a great fish. If you live here in Florida, I would give you a 125 that's in my garage. Dang it, Ruben. Take a road trip. Come to Oklahoma. I've got an extra room. I'll cook you some food. Please. What's your favorite predator hap? Ooh, actually, Pat, we got 6 minutes. Candy said they'll nibble your bits. Where was Bits from? That's from a movie. It's English accent too. I don't want to say this is a horrible way to say, but it's like it's a woman-centric movie. I don't want to say chick flick and get in trouble. My favorite Predator hat. The Niger Ventor is technically a Predator, but if I went full on Predator, anything Nimbochromis is just really cool. I really like that. Kind of want to change my 150, but pissed I have a 3D background. I need a new tank. Why are you pissed that you have a 3D background? You can still change your 150. You could totally change the dynamic. Totally change the dynamic. I've done it many times. First of all, what kind of background? And second, why not take it out? Very easy. Put the fish in a tub, drain it out, pull it, scrape the silicone off, and boom, look at that. Now you don't have to buy another tank. But if you're using it as an excuse to get another tank, do your thing. Buccochromis. I wasn't even thinking. Yes, Buccochromis is a clown. I don't even call them a predator. It's just anything they can fit in their mouth, they would. But Buccochromis is a beautiful fish. If they nibble your bits, feed them kibble and bits. Dude, KG Cichlids has always had the greatest comment one-liners or double-liners ever. Underrated. Very underrated. I never said never. I have a pond. I just can't do koi. I want your tank. So get one. It's a Neptunian Cube USA. Just do a piranha pond. Absolutely not. I will never. That is sheer for one video that somebody wants to do to be like, danger. Parental discretion advised. I jumped in a piranha pond. They do it one time and they get rid of it. It's just like I saw a video and I clicked on it. It was like 30 seconds and I was done. And it was like turning our pool into a saltwater aquarium. What the heck? Come on. Matter of fact, Wendy laughed at me. Last night I was working really late and she's like, you need to, go to bed. Whatever, go to bed. So we decided to watch Rob Schneider's stand-up on Netflix. Wendy, how long until I shut it off? 1 minute. Louder. 1 minute off. I couldn't do it. Love Rob Schneider. Horrible. And it's clickbaity because Rob Schneider's been good most of his career. And I got sucked in and it was crap. So here it is. Fire off some questions. Could be anything. Fish related, life, Ninja Turtles, sports. I don't care. Fire it off and let's get rocking. And then if you're a member, get ready for some really cool stuff that you're going to see from the Congo tank. And then tomorrow I'll post a feeding video of these knucklehead Dardani and how vicious they are. I was going to watch the other night, watch Tom Segura instead. Very funny. Yeah, don't watch Rob Schneider. I couldn't get a minute in. I was like, okay, I'm done. Maybe it's better after the minute. I don't know, but just couldn't get through the minute. Have you been watching baseball? Off and on. I can't. It's weird. It's very off and on. I'm following it standings wise, but just not into it like I normally am. Please convince CICHLIDS to make a Shark 100 or a Shark 200. For what? We have the Micron. No reason to take the Shark down that far. No. And you could dial down the flow. Absolutely, down at the bottom. Bill Burr all day. Bill Burr is funny. My favorite comedian of all time right now on Netflix is Cat Williams. I don't care. He's funny. I like it. Second would probably be Sebastian. Very funny. Yankees are a game behind. I know. I get it. This is just a weird season. I don't even know if they can call this a World Series when somebody wins. It just doesn't make sense to me. So, video for Sunday. I am going to do a full update video on the Congo tank. Full update video. and we'll see what you think. I've added plants since the last time I've done a video, and a lot of things have transpired in that tank. And I'm hoping to have more Congo Tetras soon. KG Cichlids, Bebop versus Rocksteady, who would win? Weapons or no weapons? Sebastian is great because I can watch him with my parents and still laugh. Yes, he does a lot of really cool stuff that really ties back, and he's a little cleaner. Bebop and Rocksteady without weapons. I'm going Rocksteady. Bebop and Rocksteady with weapons. I'm going Bebop. Bebop would win. That's just my take. Actually, I want to show you something funny. I got this as a gift. Jay, what's the biggest fish you've ever owned? Like truly I've ever owned? Venustus. He was like 9.5 inches. That was the biggest fish I've ever owned. But this catfish in length could be longer. I just don't have the opportunity to measure him. But let me show you one thing real quick that I think is very funny that someone got me as a gift. This is so good. I've never opened it. So we're going to open it real quick. Definitely the coolest gift for me of all time. Well, I mean, it's just perfect for me, right? Wow, that was really hard to open. But this is somebody that knows me. Dude, this is so cool. Who wouldn't want a great cheese with this? All the wretched turtles. Look at that. It's so awesome. So yeah, that's it. That's it. We've done some really cool stuff. Let me end with, yeah, don't hurt yourself. I might. Let me end with this. I challenge you to get up when your alarm goes off. No snooze. No social media. Just get up. Stretch. Take a deep breath. Get an hour into your day without checking social media or the news. Do that every day for an hour. Maybe incorporate a little bit of exercise. Nothing crazy. Do some squats, some air squats. Do some jumping jacks. Something. And then let me know how you're doing. You're probably doing a heck of a lot better than you're doing right now. Try it. Give a little bit more you time in the morning. What kind of lights are you going to do in the tank behind me? This tank will have Luma lights from Reef Bright. Woo! You ain't never seen them. I don't know anybody that's going to have their whole place done in Luma lights by Reef Bright or all Reef Bright, but this guy. So you'll see. I appreciate you coming out. If you're a member, I greatly appreciate you stopping by. You get some really cool perks. But more importantly, you get some really exclusive stuff that you'll see. I appreciate the support from everyone, whether you're here, whether you're super chatting, whether you're following me on Instagram, or whatever you're doing, you're a supporter of what it is we're doing. And that is positivity, encouragement, and motivation through keeping fish and having fun. And don't get me wrong. Life is never easy, but it is sure easier when we've got each other. I agree. If you don't, so be it. I've got a bunch of stuff to do. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for stopping by. And I hope that you checked out last Sunday's video because maybe you'll have some fun with this Sunday's video coming up. You know what's next. Wendy! What's next? Louder! Holla!